We've passed on all we know. 1,000 generations live in you now. But this is your fight. Be with you. No one's ever really gone.
That's quite a trailer. Welcome everybody to BOT10ART. My name is Lazaro Gomez and you're tuned in to the Friday night live stream. I decided to kick off the live stream with a trailer to the Star Wars Episode 9 trailer that just came out today. I saw it earlier today. I was like, oh man, I gotta put that somehow into the live stream or kind of talk about it a little bit. What's up, Dan? How's it going, brother? Good to see you. Hope you and the rest of the family are doing good, enjoying the week, and getting ready for a wonderful weekend. So yeah, I saw the trailer. Of course, it's the the buzz, and everybody's talking about it. This and that, whatever. And there's a lot of people that have mixed feelings about the trailer, but I don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to closure. When I grew up with the original trilogy, so we had Star Wars Return of the Jedi, or Star Wars Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. So that was my generation's trilogy, and then of course the prequels came out, and then now the current generation have 7, 8, and 9. So I don't know, a lot of interesting things are happening there. Obviously, Rey is like a full Jedi, or well on her way to being the super awesome Jedi. People talking about, is she a Skywalker? Is she not a Skywalker? Like, we don't know. All of that stuff. Rey, or Kylo Ren's helmet is being repaired. I don't know. Hopefully he'll wear the helmet because he kind of looked weird. I don't know. He looks like non-menacing without the helmet. It's like, hey, he looks like a cool guy, go hang out with him. But when he's wearing the helmet, it's really the imagery is really like impactful, right? The same way you see Darth Vader's helmet, or Anakin Skywalker's helmet as Darth Vader. It's the same feeling, you kind of feel that menacing look. But anyways, whether you're mixed on the trailer or the movie, I believe J.J. Abrams is directing. I'm not quite too sure. I haven't done my complete search or research on the subject. I don't follow Star Wars as feverishly as I used to when I was younger, but I do enjoy the films. They're cool. I love Rogue One, which nobody seemed to like. Solo, of course. That's one of my favorite Star Wars films. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. So we'll see how it turns out. I'm certainly not going to wait in a massive line at the theater to go see this thing. I'm not gonna do that. But I'll see the films when they come out. Anyways, I digress. I gave you a little Star Wars treat there. Tonight we're talking about these little model kits, and I gotta tell you, every time I go to a convention, or I'm in some kind of hobby store or something like that, I look for these things, right? I look for these things because growing up, I used to build models of like tanks and cars and airplanes, and the military airplanes that I used to build, I would hang them on fishing string all over the ceiling of my room, and it was a lot of fun. I spent a lot of time just kind of working on that sort of stuff. It helped pass the time, and it was neat. Of course, you had this glue that was uber toxic. I'm pretty sure I lost a couple of brain cells because I was building these things, but nevertheless, it was a lot of fun, and I was able to paint the models using Tester's paint and all of this stuff. And so through the years, I kind of stopped building models. I just started working on different projects and different art-related commissions and stuff like that, and I kind of forgot about my favorite pastime when I was a kid, building models. And I'm a huge fan of Gundam Mobile Suit. I'm a huge fan of Macross and BattleTech and all of that stuff. When it comes to giant robots, right? Like, who doesn't like giant robots? So I kind of got into this thing, and they have model kits that can be anywhere from $6, just like this one, all the way up to $30, $40, $50. And some of them are highly complex. Some of them have moving parts. Some of them actually transform and stuff like that. I know that recently Norm from Tested sat down with Frankie Polito and a few other people, and they were building this $150 kit. It took like 4 people to build this thing, and it was amazing. Of course, it was amazing. But for me, I like to have these little chibi looking Gundams, and just kind of have them lying around. I'll play with them, and I have them on my desk or different parts of the house and stuff like that. So this particular one is the Burning Gundam. For some reason, they made a lot of these. They made a lot of these. You could sell them, or sorry, you could buy them off of usagundam.com, and I'll put a link in the description so that you can kind of check out the website and see if you find the Gundam that you like. But yeah, this particular model, for some reason, I was in the Florida Mall, and I walked into this store that catered to just Japanese culture and anime and different things, and I saw it there, and I was like, oh cool, $6, I'll buy it. So I went ahead and bought it, and then looking online, it's like, yeah, you could find this particular model like everywhere. Everybody's selling it for $6. There's other Gundams that I'm interested in, like Unicorn Gundam and stuff like that are impossible. They always sell out. Like the minute they get it, they sell out. So I'm waiting for a Unicorn Gundam to make that one. But this particular one happens to be the 396. So this is the 396 by Bandai. That's the company that kind of makes all of this stuff, and Bandai seems to be like really popular amongst anime and action figures and stuff like that. So I like this little model. I've been threatening to to build it for ages now, and I just thought it'd be a cool idea or a cool thing to just kind of hang out tonight on the live stream and build one of these things. Of course, model kits have changed from the time that I used to make them. And just looking, looking at this particular kit, right away, that I could notice a huge difference, because when I would open up my model kit, it was all one single color, because basically this is mold injected PLA plastic, the same PLA plastic that's in my 3D printer. And they just, they have this giant mold, it closes together, they inject the plastic, and boom, out come these little things here. But yeah, our models were all just one single color, and then you had to paint all the different pieces and very carefully take them out and glue them together and all that stuff. So right away, the very first thing I see about these particular models is that everything that needs to be a certain color already is that color. So there's no painting, there's just, you assemble them and kind of display them the way that you want. So for me, excuse me, for me, I like to go a little step further. And when I build this thing, I use my micron pens to do all the fine lines. I have some silver tester's paint so I could do some weathering and battle damage. I also dirty them up and kind of, do all of that stuff. This is the Burning Gundam, so you have these fire effects that attach to the Gundam, and you have these like thruster, I don't know what to call that, but like a thruster exhaust or something that's supposed to be like fire, right? So not really it doesn't really look much like fire. So later on, I'm going to be doing some painting, and I'm going to be doing some details and stuff like that. But for tonight, we're going to go ahead and build this thing, and hopefully we have enough time to do so. I'm going to try to build this in an hour. If we don't have enough time, then certainly the next week's Friday night live stream would be me weathering this thing and painting it and doing some different effects. So there's that. 2 packages. You have yellow, you have like it's almost like a gunmetal gray or dark gray. You have white, or I mean, it looks white, but it's not really white. It's like a really, really, really light gray. There's the head and the helmet and all that good stuff. And then you have these red pieces. Along with the red pieces, you have these stickers. And if you notice, they make it, they make it look like super chibi, and he's got these big giant anime eyes and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that. And luckily, they included both sets of eyes. So you have the little cartoon chibi eyes, and then you have the mean, looking eyes. So I'm happy about that. All right, so along with that, we have instructions on how to build this thing. And luckily for all of you, I know how to speak Japanese. No, I don't. And even more so, I know how to read Japanese. Also not true. But the instructions, if you're gonna get one of these kits, I will tell you the instructions are in Japanese. So I hope you guys have polished up on your kataganas, I guess, or Japanese alphabet. There's some kind of coupon here that that apparently is only available in Japan. So don't think I'm going to Edo anytime soon. But if I was in Edo, Japan, I would take advantage of whatever that is. Oh, cool! You're mixing music. Awesome, man. That's great. That's cool. Yeah, it looks like a lot of pieces, but it really isn't. It really is not. So, even though the instructions are in Japanese, luckily they have pictograms, and I should be able to put this together. So this is my one-day build of my Burning Gundam, and it's like chibi looking, so it's like really tiny. But we're gonna try to go about it step by step. Back here on the reverse end of this, you have a little comic, little comic that kind of, and this is sort, this is very common because through each model you get like a little tiny story that goes along with it, which is really cool. Of course it's all in Japanese and I could try to translate it, but I have no idea what it says. And then and then here on this side, you basically have just an advert or an advertisement for all the other Gundams that you can get. But what I'm interested in is this right here. And you can see that that's the same flame effects that I have in my Gundam, but only this is red. This one actually has like orange and yellow, and it looks like fire. So that is pretty cool. And later on I'm going to try to emulate that. And then the other thing that is interesting is right back here. They show you how to use a fine liner to just kind of, you know, make these pieces pop, because you could use dark lines to kind of define what the pieces are, and that's really cool. So I use my microns for that because I have a 005 that works perfect just for this size, and I'll be doing that later on, but I won't be doing that tonight. Tonight is all assembly. So we're gonna go ahead and open this. Yeah, crunchy plastic. And like I said, these I love these because, you know, you get a cool little geez, I gotta sharpen those. You get a cool little model without breaking the bank. You know, you don't want to spend like $40 or $50 on these things, but you know, $6 here and there is not a bad thing. So all right, that one is released. I got stickers, which we're going to put there. We'll get rid of this. And then we'll open this one here. So, aha! Mobile Suit Gundam. It's really interesting because if you start studying like Gundam, it's really weird the way that it's laid out, because there's like a main storyline that you can follow. And it's been going on for ages. Kind of like Naruto. Naruto's been going on for ages. But yeah, there's like a main storyline to Gundam, and then there's like offshoot stories, and it's a huge mess. So I stick to the core. I stick to the core story. So looking at this, and there are some stickers. I think it might be actually easier. I don't know if it's easier to put the stickers on now or later on, but we'll go ahead and just we'll look at assembly. So it looks like a lot of parts, but really there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of these I like to call them giblets. Little tiny giblets. It's just like a funny made up word for this plastic sheet of parts. So alright, let's check this out. Part 1, or step 1, I should say. Okay, so step 1 obviously is right there. It is the head assembly, and it is actually asking for the sticker right off the bat. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna follow the instructions the best that we can. Let me get my mouse out of the way. I have the sticker that I want. I'm gonna use number 2, and it's asking me to go to A1. Giblet A1. So we're looking for A1 piece number 9. And if you're new to model building, it has the identifier on the top, but then each piece has a little tab. There's a tab there, one there, and it tells you the piece that you need. So right now right here it's asking for A1, which is A1. And it wants parts 9, B1, and 10. So there's 10, there's 9, and B1. I don't see where B1 is. A1. Okay, so got it. Here we go. So apparently there's a piece in here that it wants. Ah, here it is. B1 piece 1. So it's this piece right here. Now, getting these things out, you can turn them and twist them and do all kinds of stuff, but I like to use these little clippers right here. So 1, 2, and the part is free. There you go. So the reason why I like to use these is because it doesn't leave any burrs. And if you start like twisting these pieces around and around and around and around, it'll leave like a little residue or a little burr. And yeah, I don't have that issue when I cut them out. So it's asking for number 9, which is right here. And if you guys ever build models before, let me know. Leave me a comment. Tell me if you have built them, if you've never built them, if this is like completely out of your realm. I'm curious to know. I'm curious to know if you guys think this is boring or I don't know. But I tend to like this a lot, and I just, like I mentioned before, I wanted to show you guys how pretty neat these things can be. I mean, it's a nice little gift for someone who's into this sort of stuff. Hello, Trace and I are playing Mario Odyssey. Sweet. All right. Yeah, there's no math tonight. No math tonight. We are we're kind of putting this crazy model together. Playing Mario Odyssey. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna try to put this sticker on. Oh, there we go. All right, and there we have it. Sometimes the stickers don't really like sit properly, but you gotta like finagle them a little. This is where like choosing to paint the model might be better. I don't know. Don't know if that's a thing you would want to do or not. All right, cool. So there we go. We have the first sticker. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the first sticker is in, and then we're going to put this part together. So let's see, how does it go together? All right, I have no idea. All right, so it's got 2 parts. Oh, I see. That's it right there. Nope. Aha. Great success. Alright, so I'm assuming this comes together somehow. Nope. Huh. Alright, so let me see how this works. I'm studying. Oh, okay, got it. Now it makes sense. Okay, so that piece goes there. And then this goes together. And we have successfully assembled our first part. Woohoo! So there's the head, the piece that we just assembled right there. So that's good. Step 1 complete. So step 2, it's asking for, oh, this one, okay, so this one has stickers as well. Ooh, those are tiny. You know what? I might skip the stickers for now and put them on once we've done assembling. All right, so this is asking for A1 part 7, which is here. Also part 11, which is here. Whoop. 7, which is here. 11, which is here, and then the unicorn, which is part C, number 1. All right, so that's what we need. We're getting it all together. No math today, sir. Oh boy. You like RuPaul? I've never seen that. What show or what channel is that on? RuPaul, what is it? RuPaul's Drag Strip? Yeah, I've never seen that. Alright, so we're gonna continue taking these little pieces off, and some of them just come right off like that. But I gotta tell you, the detail in these parts are really amazing, especially for snap-on, because when, like I said, when I was growing up, we used glue. You know, we would glue all these pieces together, and now the fact that they snap on so easily like that, that is really really cool. All right, so this part goes here, and this does have stickers, but I'll add the stickers later on. Yep, just like that. Cool. And then this piece will go here like this. And there's a sticker that goes here, and then two that go here on the sides, but I'll add that later. And then you could do that sort of combination, I guess. Later on, you'll be able to put the head in there like that. That's pretty cool. Oh, it's asking to do it now. So that's part of step 2. So, aha! That's already looking super cool, man. That is so cool. Let's see if you guys can see that there. Oh, focus. Oh, too far. There we go. So yeah, just like that. These are like so cool and so easy to make. We already got an assembled head. Moving on to step 3. We need A1, 8, and C. Oh, PC. Okay. I'm assuming it's one of these. PE. Got it. PC 303. Okay, so PC. Which one is it? And then A1 number 8. Found it. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. I lost a lot of brain cells, like making model kits when I was a kid. Alright, so this is part 8. You're terrible. Alright, so this is part 8, and then PCC is... Okay, got it. This one right here. No math today, sir. Alright, so we got these two pieces, and apparently this goes like this. I'm hoping that's correct. I mean, if it's not, you can pull it apart, but yeah, there's one. Okay, and then now it's asking for, what's that? B. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, B number 10, and which is right here. Number 11. And then there's another piece here. I don't know what that is. But we'll find it. We shall find it nevertheless. See, that's that's part of the problem when everything's Japanese. It's like, I have no idea what they're telling me. So I gotta look at the pictures and kind of look at the parts. It's not a bad thing. I mean, it just takes a little bit longer. There's one more part in this and I don't want to get rid of it. So I'm going to put it right over there. So yeah, you just got to look at the part and, you know, figure out the best way. But I can tell you from building enough of these things that this particular piece right here, there's 2 of them. So I'm assuming we're going to have to, at one point in time, build that as well. So before we do that, let's look at this one. What part is that? I don't know. I got lost. I got lost. Okay, I'll eventually find that. But let's go ahead and assemble that. So here. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, so it's asking for. Let me make sure I got this right. All right. Here we go. So if I did it. And I'm looking at this picture right here. I'm looking at this right here. So if that is like that, this one is, oh, this one is like that. And then see, if you notice here, okay, so that's both parts. Yeah, I was right. Okay, so you need both parts. And that is over here. So it's asking for, oh, I see. figured it out. So basically this part, even though it has multiple pieces, these two pieces right here are number 8. So there's the great mystery. And then these two pieces here are C. So we figured it out. That's why it kind of looked weird. I'm like, wait a minute, this is backwards. Alright, so is that right? Okay. We'll get it. We'll get it. This goes in here like this. This one goes in here like this. And this one goes like that. Alright, cool. So we have yet another part. That looks just about right. I hope so. Uh-oh. The arm came off. The arm came off. Alright, there we go. So that's back on. Alright, I'm not gonna mess with this too much. Got my pliers here, or not pliers, but tweezers. Okay, so then now we can put these two pieces in. So it's looking for D delta, which is right there, and E, which is right here. And we could just twist those out because they're round. One goes in the top. I don't think it matters. Alright, so it's saying smaller part goes on the top. So we just put that piece there, and then this goes here. Alright, cool. We got it done. Oh man, 30 minutes. 30 minutes. I bet you that goes like that. Oh yeah, buddy. That's looking good. I think it's upside down, more than likely. Don't know, we'll figure it out. But for now, dun, 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 dun. Sorry, I had my phone charging. You know what time it is, guys. Here we go. Alright, cool. If just to let you all know, if you're new to the live stream, we have 2 segments. One of them is Strange But True, the other one is Noodle Doodle. So this is the part of the live stream where I give you a strange fact that I find online, just to share it with everyone. So let's see what we got. And these are totally random. That's what I love about it. So like, it just gives me a random fact every day, which is pretty cool. All right, here we go. So your strange but true fact for today is: back when dinosaurs existed, there used to be a volcano, or there used to be volcanoes that were erupting on the moon. There you go. That's actually kind of neat, because just recently we found a giant black hole. Well, we didn't find it. We knew it was there, but we took pictures of it. And we, as in Earth, ERF, the Earth, took pictures of this giant black hole. So yeah, pretty cool. There was volcanoes on the moon. Who knew? And that is your strange fact for this week. Oh, you guys, okay, cool. You have a Gundam that you haven't built? Which one do you have? Pretty cool. Oh, sorry, wait. Oh, the elbows are connected. Yeah. The elbows are connected to the knee bones. How'd you know that? Well done, Mr. Scully. Yeah, basically that's what it is. I mean, you're just putting it all together. But yeah, Trace and Leanne, which Gundam do you guys have? Do you guys have one like this one? That's cool. If you do, let me know. I'd like to see pictures of it. Alright, cool. Let's see, where were we? Ah, step 4. So step 4, we're looking for B12. B12 and C2. Okay, so B12 is right here. I will say this, with the colors or the pieces, you know, already with the proper color, it makes it a lot easier to put this thing together. Like, this thing is, you know, flying. When older models would have taken, you know, weeks or days or just trying to put everything together, so it is going a lot faster. All right, C2. This is PE. Did I get that one already? A1, A2. C2. All right, here we go. So this is C, part 2. Oh, cool. So you bought it at a comic shop in New York? Yeah. It's completely gray. We gotta color it. Uh-oh. Aha! He was looking for volcanic rock. Nice. Did you finish watching Umbrella Academy? That was pretty cool. I'm thinking of doing some Umbrella Academy artwork, but I don't know yet. Alright, so this one, we could pretty much do away with this one. There's no other pieces on it. Just to kind of clean things up. But this piece was on there. And this is C2, Charlie 2, and this is Bravo 12. So B12. And it does have a bunch of stickers. We're not going to worry about that for the moment. But this piece does go in here. And this is where tweezers come in handy. No different than when I used to build models. I had a pair of tweezers to kind of help me with the smaller pieces. So there's that. And then this somehow is going to attach. It's going to attach to this piece. Huh. I'm not quite sure how that's going to attach there. Oh, okay, I see. So do I got that right? Okay, yeah, there we go. So basically, the back of these yellow pieces right here have like a protrusion, and that connects to this piece here. Now we're looking for A12. A12. So this is A12 right here. Alright. A12, and that goes on the reverse end of this. So let's see how that fits. I hope that's right. Oh. It's funny because it's got like these little, you know, like attention lines, like like Metal Gear Solid, you know, when there was danger nearby, he's like ring. So I don't know if you can see that, but like right there's like these little tiny darn, I don't think it'll zoom in, but there it goes. So yeah, there's like these little tiny exclamation marks, and it's telling me to make sure that this is facing the right way. So we got that facing upwards, I hope. Yes. Okay. Or is it down? Up, down? I don't know yet. Okay. Very much like a puzzle, it helps to have this. Alright, so cool. This is the way up. So this, I'm assuming, is going to attach somewhere like that. So that's pretty cool. And we're well on our way to having a super cool Gundam. Alright. So we got that. We got the head. We got the body. We're moving on. Moving on! Part 5. So part 5 is asking for A1 part 4. A1 part 4 right here. It's also 2 pieces with the same identifier. So we're going to go ahead and take them both out. And oh, by the way, when I'm using these, they're curved. They have a curved tip, so you don't want to cut apart. Like you want the flat end to be away from the part rather than this way, because you do run the risk of damaging the part if you do it the other way. So just a little tip. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and take those out. We're setting that one down. And then it's asking for B9. This is B. Alright, B9. Here we go. So These two pieces right here, same thing. These two pieces are B9. So yeah, you're gonna have to paint your Gundam, huh? Of the movie. What do I think of what movie? Oh, the movie Us. Yeah, the horror movie. Is that what you're talking about? Horror movie Us. It was all right. It was a little weird. The way the people were talking was kind of throwing me off. It was funky. Other than that, I don't know. It was alright. Not much. I'm not much of a movie reviewer. I either like a movie or don't. But at the same time, I'm not. I'm certainly not like a movie snob. If you like a movie and you want to go see it and it's your favorite movie, I'm like 100% a-okay with that. Because there are people that are like, how can you like that movie? That movie sucked and blah blah blah. It's like, well, everybody has different tastes. From what I understand, well, Christian went to see it. My son Chris went to see it, and he thought it was really scary. Oh, you gotta paint yours? All right, cool. Yeah, it is hard to paint. It's gonna challenge your patience. I do have a small crafting airbrush that I got at Harbor Freight, and again, I'll put links to all of the stuff that I use. But the airbrush does make it easier to paint parts and stuff like that. So if you're into that sort of stuff, or if you're new to making kits and kit bashing and all that good stuff, yeah, you can get a single action airbrush and compressor at Harbor Freight for like $60, something like that. But yeah, Chris went to go see the movie and he thought it was pretty scary. I don't know. He did also say Pet Sematary was a little bit better, so he did like Pet Sematary. He thought that was scary, and that one I haven't seen yet. All right, so now A1 or yeah A12. A12. So A12 would be this one here. But yeah, yeah, I'm not big on movie reviews. Everybody has a different style. Everybody has a different taste. What's scary to me is not gonna be scary to somebody else, and vice versa. Like there could be things that frighten the living daylights out of you, and I'm just, no big deal. When it came out, I thought it was a fantastic movie. I thought it was really great adaptation from the book and the original. Just a reinventing of the movie. It was really cool. And lost my train of thought here. Yeah, the movie It. I thought it was really cool. It scared the bejesus out of a lot of people, and it was a great film. It was a really great film. Am I bothered by clowns? Not really. I'm not afraid of clowns or anything like that. But there are some people that have a really deep fear of clowns. So that movie was highly disturbing to a lot of people. I thought it was cool. I thought it was really cool. All right, so PC. Let's see, PCB. So this is PCB. This looks like the right part. I hope it is, because it's coming out. It's coming out. The horror art king. I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, I've always told the tale about growing up. I shared a room with my grandmother. God rest in peace. But I shared a room with my grandmother when I was younger, because my two sisters shared a room. My parents had a room, and at the time we were taking care of my grandma, taking care of my nana, and so I shared a room with her, and she would fall asleep late at night, Friday night, usually like a Friday night or a Saturday night, And I've told this story on Noodle Doodle on my podcast on Sunday mornings. But anyways, yeah, she would fall asleep, and late at night, the Universal Monsters would come on TV, and along with that, that's how I saw Twilight Zone and Outer Limits, Twilight Zone, uh, God, Tales from the Crypt, all of these different, all of these different TV shows, like horror related or sci-fi related horror shows. And I would also see the classic black and white, monster, Universal monsters, Dracula, the Mummy, all of this stuff. And I remember, just laying in bed and the blanket is up to my nose and I'm freaking out. I'm totally freaking out. My grandmother's asleep. And yeah, that was that was the weekend. So I got to see a lot of horror films that way. So growing up, horror films were kind of part of my life. And to this day, the horror and sci-fi. That's what I love the most. Of course, I like dramas and I like good action films. I love all the Tarantino films, and really Scott. He's amazing. He's my favorite director. Blade Runner, Alien, all of that good stuff, and that kind of it's weird to say, but like people would see all these creatures and monsters and stuff like that, and I didn't really see them that way. I just saw them as some kind of fantastical thing. So it was like, hey, it's just a movie. But at the same time, I also clearly recall 1968. I always say it, I always say it, and I continue to say it. It will always remain as my favorite movie. 1968, George Romero's Night of the Living Dead. That is absolutely my favorite film. And later on in the 80s, Tom Savini, who did all the makeup, he did a lot of makeup and special effects and stuff like that for films. He redid it. And he was working with George Romero's daughter, and they remade the film. So of course, I have to see this modern adaptation of my favorite film. And it was so funny because at the time I was in junior high, we had a theater right across the street, like I would say about a block and a half, almost 2 blocks away from my sister's house. And in the summertime, I would stay with her. And the movies were cheap, right? They were like dollar films. And I finally got my chance to kind of escape and go check it out. So I went to go see Night of the Living Dead, the remake. And and I was the only one in the theater at the time. It was like, I want to say it was like 9 o'clock at night. Oh, Gundams are gonna come out of my bed. But yeah, I want to say it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. I was the only one in the theater, and I remember just getting close to the end of the film and thinking, "Oh my God, what if this is actually happening outside?" And I don't know anything. I'm the only one in the theater. Well, like for all I know, the zombie apocalypse could have happened before there was a zombie apocalypse and all that, Walking Dead and all that nonsense. But anyways, what if all this is happening right now and I don't know it? Oh my God, And and I remember thinking that I was in the theater thinking, man, this could be happening right now and I don't know anything about it. And what am I gonna do? Oh my God, I gotta get home. I gotta get to my sister's house. And it was just so funny because I remember so when they come in to kind of clean the theater, they have the rolling garbage and so I'm sitting there, credits are rolling, and ooh, yeah, this guy comes in, typical older teenager, working the theater. Hey, kid, get the hell out of here, and whatever. But he, and I remember being scared out of my mind. I'm like, this is not good. This is not gonna be good for me. And so yeah, that was a real thing. And I remember just kind of, um, I kind of felt a real fear, if that makes any sense at all. I do remember just having a really deep rooted fear of, oh my god, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I have no idea. But yeah, so that was very real to me, and that's why I love that film so much. And yeah, I get it. Clowns do nothing for me, but a real life catastrophe or some kind of real life drama happening is a lot more disturbing to me than anything fantastical or stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Gremlins, whatever. But Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that's a little different, because I did read the story of Ed Gein, and what he did to those poor people is like, it's crazy. It's just nutty to think that someone like that actually existed. So, here and there. I digress. The show was supposed to be light and fluffy on a Friday night, but no. Yeah, that's the power of movies. That's the power of stuff like that. So, with us, it was all right. It was cool. The first Purge, kind of messed with me a little bit, but we quickly got over that. It's just like anything. I mean, nowadays they just do everything to death. So after a while, the Purge starts feeling like Cartoon Network. Okay, so this piece here. Go ahead, changing the subject. I'm changing the subject, Paul. Alright, so here, does this go here? No, it goes the other way. Yeah, this goes like this. I think this is the knee. I have no idea. What about the Saw series? What about the Saw series? When Saw first came out, I thought it was really cool. I thought it was a really interesting story. Did they need seven films? Yeah, more brains. Yeah, by the time it got to those older film or the other films like Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and all that, nah, it just got ridiculous. I just like the original. I'm not a big fan of sequels. I'm not a big fan of reboots. That's just the way I am. So, do I have this right? I hope I have this right. Okay, I got that part in, that part there. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to like focus on what I got going on here. Okay, so let's turn this way. And okay, so this goes in like this. There we go. All right. And then this goes like this. All right, cool. Yeah, there we go. Got it. Sorry, that was a little bit complex. Yeah, going back to Saw. So, Saw was a really neat concept. It was a great story. It was a great idea. Did they need six movies, and then Jigsaw being seven? The seventh film? Something like that, right? I'm not exactly sure. It's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah, I guess. I remember when it first came out. Okay, this one is now empty, so I can remove that one. There's no pieces on this. Am I right? Yeah, I'm right. All right, that's out of there. When Saw first came out, yeah, it was disturbing. It was crazy. It kept me up at night. just thinking about that sort of stuff. After a while, it just, I don't know, you kind of become desensitized to what it is that you're watching, and in horror films that tends to happen a lot. So for me, I got 6 minutes. Oh my god. 6 minutes, no pressure. But anyways, and it's actually pretty cool that we're talking about horror films. I didn't think I was going to talk about horror films on my live stream tonight, but nevertheless, I mean, I love horror films. Let's see. Okay, is that right? I'm going to set this off to the side because it's asking me for number 7, which is the hand A214, which is here. I think that's what happens to a lot of horror films. You become desensitized to whatever it is you're watching. So after a while, you know, all the blood splatter and all that stuff. So I don't like horror films that are slasher films. I don't like slasher films. You know, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, like all of the slasher films, I don't really like those too much. Because it's the same kind of thing. They're real bloody and gory and blah, you know. I like more subtle, more mysterious horror films. I'm a big fan of the Hammer films from the UK. Growing up, I used to watch all of those, right? The Hounds of the Baskervilles or whatever it is. Dracula's third cousin and all that good stuff. But those Hammer films were like really cool. Christopher Lee, he's one of the actors that came from that. Oh, it's your favorite series? Yeah, I get it. But you know, again, for me, and everybody has their own thing, right? Everybody has their own thing. So for me, I like the subtleness of the horror film. So me loving X-Files, Outer Limits, Twilight Zone, stuff like that. I grew up with all of that, so I kind of feel better just watching those kinds of films, if that makes any sense, right? So for me, it's Trick or Treat, The Woman in Black, The Conjuring, Annabelle, you know, The Exorcist. Yeah, The Exorcist is like already extreme, but you get the idea. You know, I like stories that build up to something. You know, a lot of people said The Happening was a crappy film. It was okay. I liked it. You know, I thought it was pretty neat. My Beautiful Queen and I saw The Boy. I recommend you guys watch The Boy because that one was pretty wacky. It was pretty wacky and wild, but yeah, that sort of stuff is what I enjoy. I like those kinds of things, right? Slow pace, subtle. You know, I don't like the crazy killer is coming after you and he's deranged and he's got a chainsaw. He's coming to kill you. I mean, to me, it's not that scary, but to other people, it could be terrifying, and I totally get it. I totally understand it. And yeah, you know, Saw has that element of you could be anywhere and just get grabbed and taken somewhere, and now you're part of this elaborate trap, and you have to, you know, kill somebody to save yourself, and you know, you have all these choices to make, and that's pretty maniacal, right? That's pretty crazy. So yeah, I get it, you know, but it doesn't really frighten me. It doesn't scare me. Okay, so we're gonna have to do a whole entire, like, would you guys like that? Would you guys like to do like a Friday night live stream that's all horror films or horror related? Because we could certainly do that. That'll be totally cool with me. Yep, I get it. Yeah, the ingenuity of the story, I get it. And again, you know, to me, Saw was amazing. I just kind of lost interest after, you know, 4, 5, 6, 7, however many films they are. And I think that's what happens. You just lose interest. You know, you lose interest in what's going on. But yeah, if you guys are interested in like doing an entire Friday night live stream of horror films, we could totally do that. I was thinking of doing that around the Halloween time, and perhaps we will. So You never know. Man, we have reached the hour mark, so obviously I'm not gonna finish this thing in an hour. But we could do this. We can come back to it next week, and we'll continue. I don't know, talking more about horror. I have no idea. But what we can do is we'll stop right here. I'll put it all in the box. Next week we'll continue doing that. But before we go, how about we play some trivia, huh? How about we play some trivia? This has been great, by the way, because we happen to be talking about my favorite topic. Thank you, Scully, for that. The art dead stream. There you go. That'll work. Hey, we got to do that for Halloween. All right, you guys ready? Let's play a little bit of trivia, huh? How about that? Here we go. Brain tickle. You guys are all regulars here, so you know the deal. But for anybody that's brand new and is watching and is not subscribed to my channel, this is the part of the live stream where I give you one trivia question, and it's up to you, if you know the answer, to leave it in the form of a comment at the end of this video. And we're tallying up the score. We have our scorecard right here. Leela is destroying the place. Dan kind of fell behind. Scully, what's happening? You guys gotta like beat Leela. But anyways, we're gonna be playing trivia until the first break of the year, which is gonna happen sometime in the summer, and then we'll be resuming the live stream and ending in Christmas. So there's gonna be a BOT10 art surprise box, or loot crate, or loot box. We don't have a name for it yet, but there's gonna be one in the summer and then one at the end in Christmas. So right now, Leela is the current champion with 9 points. She did get last week's answer correct. It is Mercury. That was last week's question about metals, and the answer was Mercury, so you got 1 point there. Here we go, guys. We're gonna play some trivia. Here's your trivia question for the week. If you know it, please do not put it in the chat. Leave it in the form of a comment. And here we go. I'm gonna pick something. Let's see. So yeah, the last week's was which metallic element has a melting point of approximately 38 degrees, or 38 negative degrees Fahrenheit, and that was Mercury. So you got that correct, Leela. Good job. All right. Let's see. All right, here we go. Here's some little history trivia for you all. What was the name of the London theater built by Shakespeare's Playing Company in 1599? I'll say it one more time. If you know the answer, leave it in the form of a comment on this video. What was the name of the London theater built by Shakespeare's Playing Company in 1599? There you go. That is your brain tickle for this week. That is the brain tickle for this week. All right, guys, I have to go. Just like Adam Savage says, a one-day build is never done in one day. So we're gonna continue on. If you guys are cool with doing this next week, we'll continue building this guy until we get him done, and then we'll keep talking about all kinds of different things. So yeah, if you think of a topic that you want to talk about, leave that in the form of a comment. Or if you want to continue doing horror, just give me feedback. You guys got to give me feedback as to what you want to cover on a weekly basis. This channel is just as much mine as it is yours. We are the Art Familia, and that's what I love the most. I love to share my time with you guys. I am so grateful and thankful that you guys spend 1 hour of your busy lives here with me every Friday. So yeah, definitely let me know, and we'll continue on building the burning Gundam. I'll watch out for Gundams coming out from under my bed. And horror films and all kinds of stuff. This is crazy. I'm gonna go now. Goodbye our kids. I'm gonna go now to have custard, and it's nighttime, and perhaps there's something waiting for me. Let's hope not, right? The only thing that should be waiting for me is some nice yummy custard. Thank you guys, thank you. So yeah, that's it. We're wrapping up for the night. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Make sure to do lots and lots of cool stuff, and get ready for next week. So let's do that, right? Let's get ready for that. So thank you so much. Make sure you destroy the like button. Tell other people about my channel if you want to do that. If you want to support me, that'll be fantastic. Make sure Sunday morning, Noodle Doodle, that is my podcast that happens here on YouTube. And just as always, we'll see you next week. We'll see you next week. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Lots of love to all my friends, families, and everybody in between. Good night, good night. Good night, guys. We'll see you next time. See you next week. Adios.